The near future, level 11, AI money. You wake up before the next system is fully settled. That makes this era the strangest one yet.
I'm Max, and I'm trying to pass my economics degree one YouTube video at a time. Look, I know some of you think this is crazy, but my professor told me the only way to actually master global finance is to apply imagination to logic. To me, that translates to stop just reading the textbooks and start visualizing how money actually works. So, I'm doing exactly that. This is Professor Stickbot. He's going to walk us through every single era of money from 5,000 years ago all the way to the AI economy that we're living in right now. There's 11 levels to this with 5,000 wild years of wealth. Let's see if I can pass this degree with a little help from YouTube.
Money is already digital. Now it wants to become adaptive. Your spending becomes a pattern. Your risk becomes a score. Your identity becomes machine-readable. Your habits become signals. Your reputation may start affecting what kind of access you receive, how quickly you receive it, and under what conditions.
Some of this feels useful. Fraud detection is useful. Faster approval is useful. Better personalization can be useful. Smarter systems can reduce friction. But useful and intimate are not opposites. The more financial life becomes interpretable by machines, the more money begins shifting toward a permission architecture. What do systems know about you? What do they infer? What do they reward? What do they delay? What do they silently flag? The future of money may not only depend on what you hold, it may depend on how systems read you. That is a serious cultural transition. Once again, convenience arrives with abstraction. Once again, speed arrives with deeper dependence. Once again, ordinary people are expected to understand a new rulebook while already living inside its consequences. The surface story will be smoother service. The deeper story may be machine-mediated trust. And that means the oldest themes in money history are still alive. Who decides value? Who grants access? Who bears the risk? Who notices the shift first?
Now step back. You have carried grain, counted coins, trusted paper, studied ledgers, lived under state finance, worked for wages, swiped cards, checked balances, watched code challenge institutions, stared into the beginning of machine-shaped money. So what was money across all these eras? Never just metal, never just paper, never just numbers. Money is a way societies organize trust. It is a way power enters everyday life. It is a way access gets distributed. It is a way human beings decide who can move, who can wait, who can borrow, who can recover, who can dream bigger, and who gets trapped by the design of the system itself. Every era solved a real problem. Every era introduced a fresh vulnerability. Barter gave you immediacy and friction. Coins gave you portability and politics. Paper gave you scale and belief. Ledgers gave you reach and invisible power. Central banking gave nations capacity and households distance from decision-making. Wages gave routine and dependence on continuity. Cards gave convenience and temptation. Digital balances gave speed and infrastructure risk. Crypto gave alternatives and volatility. AI money may give optimization and deeper questions about freedom. That is why money history is never really about old objects. It is about the recurring human experience of waking up in a new financial reality and trying to decide very quickly whether this new system is a ladder, a trap, or both at once. So here's the final challenge. Which era would you actually choose? Which era made people feel richest? Which era made them safest? Those are not the same question, and most modern confusion about money begins exactly there. Feeling rich is not always the same as being secure. Access is not always the same as ownership. Convenience is not always the same as control. You were born into a system you did not design. So was everybody before you. The people who rose were usually not the ones who admired the old rules the longest. They were the ones who understood the shift before the shift felt obvious. Money changes form, power follows it, and ordinary people spend history catching up. Which money era would you survive best? Comment your era